What did Nikad learn from us?
Quick pause here. Wrath says, Gilbert's 2 question. Sure, what's up? Do you have any streamer recommendations to watch that isn't World v World or PvP focused? That's all I ever see anymore unless it's you or Laura. Crap, I was gonna say Laura. Teapot is normally World v World or PvP when I see him online anymore these days. RTO TV jumps to mind. He does lots of raiding and raid leading. It was his group that I joined when I learned Wing 8 with them, and then we made the Get to the Point guides for Raid Wing 8. That's RTO, hang on, I'll type his name in the chat. It's like that. If you are interested, he comes to mind. Oh my gosh. I cannot spell. There we go. Iron Maiden also is excellent, yeah. She mostly does PvE content. I think occasionally in World v World. I don't know that I've ever seen her in PvP, but I could be wrong. Yeah, she's awesome. Absolutely. Would Lucifer help with giants in Tab Fire? What? Mr. Matteo, I'm not sure what you're talking about right now. Let's see. What did Nikad learn from us? Tolerance. Your intentions are sound, but you are young as our people. We were growing up together.
You should both have been afraid. There was a disaster. In a temper, we did something terrible. Many of our people died. It was why you built it. Naku Tedek. But in Hekala, what did we do?
Your confusion erupted a volcano beneath the ocean. A wave devoured the coast.
The flood took a village with it. We recall a shard of memory. A wave, like a towering wall.
Dude, what is she? Is she like a young titan or something?
We ran to the hills, but the stinging water followed us. We drowned alone. We looked with horror upon what we had done. How could you bear to speak to us?
I struggled not to hate you. I resented how much power you wielded over us.
We mourned your turn away from us. We did not mean to hurt the village. We could not understand. After the crisis passed, the people wailed in agony. Did the dead forever wander the nothing of the in-between? You proposed an easy road for their souls to travel on. Naku Tedek, where you returned the dying to the Adra, and their bodies to the soil.
Let me read this. I composted their bodies to make rich soils for our fields. Our dead would want us to eat well.
Ah, soil to seed to fruit, to rot to soil again. We should like that to be our way. Yet Nikad, your rival, opposed Naku Tedek's construction with his every breath and word. How could he despise your mission? We do not remember why.
Jealousy. My plan for the site was chosen over his, and he resented me the glory.
For generations, his order had been in control of our people's past and future. Nikad feared the Tabaru Sinakas would make them obsolete. Your rival, Nikad, was a storykeeper, and our people's stories say that your souls are wild things. Your souls leave your bodies and run free across the land to enter death and return to life in their own time. So it has been, and so Nikad believed it should always be. Why did you betray him?
I didn't betray him. His hostility to Naku Tadek was a betrayal of me.
Trust, faith, willingness to concede that others might know best. This is what preoccupied you. We remember now. When he finally saw Naku Tadek and understood what you had built, what did Nakad do?
He took his concerns to the head of my order and foolishly tried to have me exiled.
Members of your order had come to celebrate your work. In front of them, he begged to know why you stole true reincarnation from the people. His tears shone. He did not wait for you to answer. He pulled a knife from his belt. The torchlight flickered on the steel. He held it to your throat. What did you do, Enhekala, when your rival threatened your life?
Nakad couldn't bring himself to kill me. In his moment of weakness, I killed him.
We remember. Steel on steel. A spurt of blood. A sound of pain. You stood over him and wept. Could he have been right about you? One more thing, Enhekala. What did you feel as he died?
Master Matthew says they are billions, zombie giants, fire for Lucifer. No. I think the Lucifers were more... Okay, it's been a while since I played They Are Billions, Matteo, but I think the Lucifers were more for killing hordes of small units, not singular big units. I basically used big, like, large amounts of snipers to take down, like, the big stuff. Like, the big single entities. What did you feel as he died? Fury, I did what I knew was right. Regret, I should have tried to see his side.
You planted a tree near Naku Tedek to remember him by. As it grew, we learned that we should not pass judgment, but observe. We twine together. We reach for the sky. We grow. We grow. We grow.
Increased maximum essence by 10% for following that story. Oh, cool. All right. Well, I'm guessing there's 3 more of those somewhere. Okie dokie. Alright, let's see. Break that down. 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 Okay. And Anomancy method. Kill the Zarbs. Find Belena. Okay, go to Fiormes Averno. Claim the bounty. Alright, I got a few things to do in here. Okay, so let's fast travel into the city, Fiormes Averno. We got the bounty to turn in that we just did, which is that huge fight with the 3 named things, as well as continuing the story chunk we're on. So this is the bounty person.
Welcome back. You are here to collect a bounty, huh?
I have a bounty to claim.
Whose death am I recording?
Those Delengon won't be bothering anyone else.
If only we could find a way to coexist with them. But I suppose it is in their nature to oppose innovation. Huh? Nature?
Oh my god, that's it.
Perfetto. Return when you have more to claim.
Okay, that's one quest done. And hold on, looks like there's a plant behind me. What is that? On the radar. And there's a quest here. What is this?
Oh, you startled me. This old woman can get lost in prayer from time to time. You must be the Adiran envoy I've been hearing about. Apologies for any hardships you may have experienced getting here. The failing crops, the strange beasts, and even the dream scourge are all the result of our neglect of the dead.
No apologies necessary.
That's a lot of blame on people who can't defend themselves.
The dead of Fjord expect certain rituals to be carried out. I have failed to perform those rituals, and now the spirits are angry.
I imagine Fior's problems have kept you too busy to complete the rituals?
Exactly the case. With everything happening and my own advanced age, I have had trouble keeping up. Our recent dead require a final meal to ease their passage from life. Without it, they can't rejoin the cycle.
You've got people waiting in line for their next meal, and you want to waste food on the dead?
I got food from the grain merchant stores. I just need someone to leave it at the graves. The dead will take it from there.
Flesh and bone. They bring the fruit to those who cannot eat. What tree calls for its branches to endure these rituals?
Do you really believe the dead are mad because they didn't have their last meal?
This custom goes back a long way. We never had dream thralls or such blight in our crops until now.
What do you need us to do?
You must take these offerings of food and place them at 3 grave sites where the recently dead lay. The first offering goes to a cliffside grave on the southern coast.
Understood.
The second offering goes to a grave in the swamp, far to the west from here.
And the third?
The final offering should be taken to the truffle farm east of Fjord, where a family lost their lives to the encroaching wilds.
This seems like a waste of perfectly good food.
I understand how it looks, but appeasing the dead is vital, especially in times like these. I can't thank you enough for helping to ease the conscience of an old lady. Please, return when the rituals are complete.
Dude, I feel like the starving people in the town are gonna, like, punch this lady for this. But alright. Okay, so I need to go in there, on the other side of the town.
Rejuvenate and revitalize your first.
Just jog over there. And tell them we got the heart of that, I forget what it's called. The heart we got for beating the big nature lady. Adragon heart. Love, nice.
For an Adiran, you're very resourceful, and a more than capable companion for poor Giada.
Alright, I got your machine running. Now tell me about the Dream Scourge.
With any luck, I can tell you a great deal. Now that I've got the heart, my thirsty invention will drink deeply of its essence. All that's left to do is calibrate it. First things first, let's have a look at your soul. I'm going to ask some questions to induce a metaphysical quiver. No, not to worry, just testing your reflexes. Let's start with an easy one. You wake up on a beach, looking up into the sun. Your hands are covered in blood.
I wash my hands in the sea and leave.
All right. Let's try some word association. Tell me the first thing that comes to mind. Pendulum.
Clock.
Chrysalis.
Transformation.
A spark ignites a flame. An idea ignites a war.
Hello? You still with me?
That was the voice in my head. The entity tethered to my soul.
Good. We're getting somewhere. Hey, let's go over your results. Your soul is like a piece of sea glass. All the edges are smoothed down. Quite beautiful, really. Your godlike nature is a marvel to behold.
The Watcher in Paradise told me there's a thorn in my soul.
Not to besmirch a colleague, but Watchers aren't the most reliable sources.
He's like, oh, that guy's a
What
quack.
I see is something entangled about your soul. An outside presence that both is and isn't a part of you. It's old, dark, and rather tricky to pin down. Very interesting.
I need to trace it back to the source.
That would be closer to Giata's area of expertise. I'm sure she'd love to give you a look. Fascinating. Thank you for getting my machine calibrated again. But you came for Giata's theory of the Dream Scourge.
Yep.
Between the two of us, she's on to something. Our farms are in great peril. The essence has been drained from the land, diverted, like the flow of a river.
So Giada's right. Why didn't anyone step in to defend her?
And risk joining her in exile? No. Without this workshop, we have nothing. Regardless, essence doesn't just disappear. It must be going somewhere. All I can tell you is keep looking. You'll find what you're after. As much as I hate giving people bad news, that's all I have. Please give Giata my fondest regards.
Keep looking, huh? I'm getting a bad feeling about what we'll find.
Yeah, I'll be honest. He lost me when he started talking about souls. What did I miss?
Alright. So we leveled up. One thing I was considering for this level was quick switch rank 2. Guns in your inactive loadout will reload automatically after 3 seconds. So if I fire the rifle, swap to the spellbook, and fire a spell, and then swap back to the rifle, it'll be ready to shoot again, is my thought. Is there anything else that's more appealing than that? No, I think that's the best option. Okay. Oh, do I have a stat point? No, I do not. Do you guys? Nope, they don't either. Alright. Tap and quick save.
Something the matter? I hope none of my colleagues scared you off.
I've met with all of the animancers.
Good timing. I'm about ready to get started. So, did you
Why are you
learn
still
anything
here?
of
Weren't you
particular
banished?
interest?
Let's see. You were right about the Dream Scourge. It's older and stranger than we thought.
That's the fun part of metaphysics. Everything is strange, but nothing is new. Look at us. Barely even started, and already we're making progress. Monto's machine is working, Elia will keep an eye on her revenants, and Yvette and Remy are providing us an alibi.
Are we studying the Dream Scourge or planning a heist?
Under the circumstances, the two are not so different. I needed those animancers for more than their expertise. Monto's invention nullifies spiritual interference. Having it up and running means we won't get any false signals. Whenever I tap into an Adra pillar, Elia's farmhands tend to get a little bitey. Thanks to you, they won't be a problem. And then there's Yvette and Remy, the governor's eyes and ears. In exchange for privacy, I gave them a test subject.
Which was me.
I'd call that a good day's work.
You should really tell me these things beforehand.
Sorry, I had a lot on my mind. Now we just need the right equipment for the job. When my parents died, they left me their life's work. An invention like no other. The phantasmal focus.
Arcane Scholar option. I'm guessing you want to study the Dream Scourge by filtering out local interference?
Exactly. There are many ways of going about it, but my mother's invention will get us quick results. The problem is it's in the basement. I haven't gone down there since the accident.
What?
Since they died.
So it might be a rusted pile of
I'm
crap.
sure everything's fine. It's just a spooky death basement.
I would get it myself, but I'm not ready to face what's down there.
What's down there?
Terrible mistake. The door to the basement is just outside, around the corner. Of course you'll need a key. Please excuse the mess.
I'm imagining it's like Full Metal Alchemist, and she like tried to bring her parents back to life, and there's like a monster in the basement now.
If that's where her parents died, I'm glad we can spare her from having to go back.
Okay, walking into the basement of an animancer I just met. Right, feels great. Don't know what I expected, but this isn't it.
Haven from the Blight. Who grows here?
Arter Castell's will. To Giata, I leave my mother's amulet, the only piece of the Valen Republics I took from home. My one condition is that she wear it as a reminder that we all come from somewhere. May she find comfort in a chain that binds the present to the past. I'm guessing there's something special about the amulet. I leave her also the house, the lab, and our inventions. Yes, all of them, with no conditions or expectations to weigh her down. Forgive us. History book. Cordella Castell's will. Archer insists I write something down in case the worst should come to pass, but what inheritance do I have to offer? What legacy do I leave? I took no possessions from my homeland. I own nothing but my ambition and my mistakes. The ink is blotched as if someone tapped their quill on the parchment several times before continuing. To Giada, I leave my unshakable resolve, the determination to see her plans through to the bitter end, and the presence of mind to remember what is important. Let her have all my best qualities. Should the experiment fail, I won't need them anymore. Not where I'm going. Storybook. Archer's journal. Cordella is right, of course. We could refine the phantasmal focus for the rest of our lives, or we could put it to good use. So why do I have such doubts? Our plan has always been to tinker with the natural order, but nature is not orderly in the living lands. If we poke too hard at nature, who's to say something else won't poke back at us? Concern letter. My friends, you spend too much time in the privacy of your lab. I know that words were exchanged and more than one ego was bruised after that incident in the workshop, but the damage is superficial. Our community is ready to welcome you back with open arms. For the moment, I am seeing to Giata's education, but I urge you to give her the attention she deserves. She is a promising young woman in a difficult and influential time of her life, and she needs the counsel of her family now more than ever. Evening Muck, evening chat, evening Alabama. What's up, Nugami? Abaddon's Hands, story. Worried scribblings. The device should not work, and yet it does. Therein lies the problem. Theory and reality are in conflict, and to succeed without comprehension is worse than failure. I have learned nothing and can assume nothing about the limitations of this invention, which frighten me almost as much as Cordella's insistence that we keep going. All I know is that the device has tapped into something. I believed it was the essence of the living lands. What if I'm wrong? What if it's... Several paragraphs have been violently scoured from the page. Have we transgressed so far into the unknowable that we are blind to the grave we dug ourselves? I must make preparations for Giada's future. Dusty letter from Maxime Vidaro. Archer, do you have everything you need? After Cordella's outburst at the workshop, they say she retreated into her private lab, which is perfectly fine, but I worry about you and little Giada. Let me know if you need anything, even if it's just to talk. I understand your research has made some ambitious strides. Good for you both. When you are ready to surface again, we have a game of Hazo Toha to finish. I'll keep the pieces warm. Maxim Vidaro, Governor of Fiormes Averno. I'm reminded of when the governor... Dude, there's a whole freaking tree down here. When the governor told her, do you want to tell them what happened in your basement or should I? And she said, how dare you? So I guess it was her parents exploding or something? Now, I wonder, she hasn't opened this basement in years. Did these plants grow here since she last came in the basement? Or was there like a burst of life that happened from the accident? Hidden letter. Cordella. Think of animancy as a lantern in the night. The weak flame sputters, offers a mere glimpse of the cold emptiness beyond. Just enough light to wander a few steps ahead and then scamper back to the safety of home. The time has come for you to take your lantern deeper into the night. Even if you vanish into a place where none dare follow, imagine how much farther your daughter can go with you lighting her path. Heed our advice. When the phantasmal focus is ready, do not hesitate. Animancy is a mere lantern, but you have invented a lighthouse. We suggest you use it. Your old friends. The letter is signed with a crooked drawing of an eye in multicolored ink. The Illuminati.
I feel pretty certain that those people aren't supposed to be plants.
What a horrific fate.
Oh my god, is that her parents?
Beauty reborn. A life of peace.
Her parents got turned into plants. Okay, when I said an explosion of life magic, I guess that was more literal than I thought. Huh. She even, look at that, she even has like a cup on her finger. Phantasmal focus.
We can leave now, right?
Poor Giada. To think she's been living with this right under her nose.
Go visit her, be like, hey, your dad says hi.
Anyone know what happened back there?
I think those were Giada's parents, or whatever's left of them.
So they're dead?
Or something like that.
Gods, I can't believe this.
And when you want to use this gizmo? This gizmo's been getting rusty for like 20 years, and now you want to fire it up again? And last time it was used, it treed your parents.
You're back. You found it. You actually found my inheritance. Did you see my mother and father? Are they still there?
Giada, you might have warned me.
I didn't have the words. All that's really down there is an unhappy memory. One that keeps on growing.
I don't mean to pry. We can talk more later if that would be better.
For the time being, that would be best. With the phantasmal focus, I can finally tap directly into the essence of the living lands. I can also use it to smack around anyone who gets in our way.
Wait, you want to use that thing as a weapon?
Don't worry. It's more durable than it looks.
She's just gonna swing this thing
Kind of
around like a
like me.
baseball bat.
The only thing we're missing now is an Adra pillar. And I know the perfect one. Naku Tedek, the old godless ruin west of Fjord. There should be some equipment waiting for us.
We could use the Audra pillar in the workshop.
That rugged thing? It's as dry as a bone. Hardly any essence left. Even if it wasn't, I'm not exactly welcome in the workshop these days.
What is animancy equipment doing in some old ruin?
We used it to study the Adra pillar. Then some priests moved in and took offense at our work. I hope they haven't tampered with the equipment, or this will